The Gooch goes down big time against Manel Kape. I continue a streak of horrible picks. Should you guys even be watching this? I honestly can't tell you anymore. But overall, it was a pretty fun card. Navajo Sterling stays undefeated. Vinicius Oliveira gets a pretty big win. Finishes really scattered throughout the entire card. Really entertaining overall. I'll go through it, recap the whole thing, starting off with the first fight. Shane Collins and Otari Tanzalovi. I had Otari Tanzalovi winning this one by decision. I said if Shane Collins would win, it would be by KO. Ended up being wrong about both things. Shane Collins gets it done by decision. Really close fight. Shane Collins stays undefeated. Now he's 8-0 in his pro MMA career. So hopefully he keeps it rolling. He looks like he can be a decent prospect in the weight class. Otari Tanzalovi sucks for him. Gets a shot on the Contender Series, loses a really close fight there, then finally gets a debut in the UFC and loses another really close fight. He probably won't get retained. Unfortunate for him, but overall, I didn't watch the fight, so I don't know what happened. But I was told it was really close. And next up, Carol Rosa and Luana Santos. I had Luana Santos getting this one done via round 3 sub. This one I did watch. I swear I was a little bit late to the card. I watched all the rest of them, you guys, I promise. But I had Luana Santos getting this one done via round 3 sub. She does end up winning with underdog money at plus 100, but it was via decision. She does what she does best, uses her strength, was just kind of able to outpower Kyoji Horiguchi. She didn't really do much. This was one of the few stinkers on the entire card, but pretty dominant decision win for Luana Santos. She's probably going to be looking to fight up, moves up in the rankings, continuing. So good win for Luana Santos. Was it the most entertaining? No, but regardless, good win. Next up, we had Leon Shabazian, who I called Edmund Shabazian for the first half of the breakdown, and Levon Chokoli. I picked Levon Chokoli to get this one done by round 1 KO. I said Leon Shabazian has maybe the worst chin of all time, and Levon Chokoli can actually kind of be dangerous. And that's kind of exactly what happened. I hit this one right, hit the nail right on the head with this one. Levon Chokoli came out swinging, landed like 2 shots. Leon Shabazian, if you look up like the post-game match, like the stats, Leon Shabazian was like 0 for 1 in complete total strikes. Like he did nothing. Don't know what Leon Shabazian showed up to do, but it definitely was not fight because he got hit like once, completely quit. Levon Chokoli, good win for him, but Leon Shabazian is not UFC ready at all and maybe probably won't ever be. But betting wise, under 1.5 rounds cashed at minus 190. That was a pretty big given. And then Chokoli KO at minus 165 ends up hitting as well. Shabazian sub, you just had to throw in there to be safe. Does not end up hitting. The next fight on the card, we had Gaston Bolaños and Michael Aswell Jr. Controversial one for me. I had Michael Aswell Jr. getting this one done via decision. Aswell was a minus 425 favorite. He ends up losing by decision to Gaston Bolaños. Gaston Bolaños did look really good in the stand-up. I said in the breakdown he's a pretty decent Muay Thai fighter. Was able to shuck off, I believe, one of the early takedown attempts from Michael Aswell Jr. He was able to land one later in the 3rd round that really allowed him to dominantly win that 3rd round. Gaston Bolaños clearly won the 2nd round. It was kind of a toss-up of if you thought the first half of round 1 was good enough to secure the round for Michael Aswell Jr., which I thought it was. He was outclassing Gaston Bolaños, looked a lot better, completely dominated him in the 3rd round. I thought he did enough to pick up the decision win. Ends up being a split decision win for Gaston Bolaños. Tough break for Michael Aswell Jr. Especially after that Luke Riley fight, it looked like he might actually be decent. Now, I don't really even know if he's somebody worth keeping within the UFC, but Gaston Bolaños, I guess good win for him. I mean, he can be somewhat entertaining in his style, so, he picks up the win. Not really a whole lot to go on there. I thought it was meh, but I also wasn't super crazy about Aswell Jr.'s just overall values. That's why I didn't put him in the parlay legs, but oh well. The next fight on the card, Mitch Raposo and Alan Nascimento. I was kind of surprised that not a lot of people thought Mitch Raposo had it in him to win this fight. I was not crazy about Alan Nascimento, which is crazy because I'm a huge Chute Box fan. Like anybody at that gym, I'm just kind of all over. I had the fight not to go the distance at minus 140 and Raposo KO at plus 850. Unfortunately, Mitch Raposo actually just didn't do anything. It's just Alan Nascimento did more of nothing than Mitch Raposo. Mitch Raposo had plenty of opportunities to just kind of like lay it on him and maybe add damage, potentially get a finish. Alan Nascimento shoots for takedowns. It does not get it done. Mitch Raposo gets this one done by decision. I said if Alan Nascimento tries to implement grappling and Mitch Raposo doesn't want to, that he's just going to use his wrestling base to stop the takedowns. And that's kind of exactly what happened. Mitch Raposo kept the fight standing where he completely outclassed Alan Nascimento. I was really surprised up until round 3 when Alan Nascimento secured a takedown. It was kind of like a reverse of the Michael Aswell fight. Alan Nascimento takes him down in round 3, dominate. I think, and was able to actually secure a takedown and put him in some compromising positions. But neither, I believe this was a split decision as well. Two referees gave it to Mitch Raposo. I thought he was the clear winner of this fight, and yeah, unfortunate run for Alan Nascimento, or a good run from Alan Nascimento comes to an end, but I don't think either of these guys are really anything to be worth watching or to get excited about. Mitch Raposo, like I said, didn't really look all that great, but he does get it done and picks up a decision win over a pretty decent fighter, Alan Nascimento. So decent stuff there. The next fight, Bia Mesquita versus Melissa Mullins. I had Bia Mesquita getting this done by round 1 TKO. And I'd be lying if I told you guys I wasn't petrified at the beginning of the fight. Bia Mesquita does get it done in round 1 via submission. She kind of scoots her way back, off her back, and is able to secure the triangle choke. Entertaining stuff from Bia Mesquita. Super cool. But she got stung up pretty badly. I had Mia Mesquita in round 1 at plus 200. That cashes. That was a really good bet. I actually did place that too. And then Bia Mesquita by finish at minus 180. Both of those hit. Takeaways from this, scary look for Bia. She got touched up pretty bad early on and looked like she was really hurt. Melissa Mullins might have the lowest fight IQ in the entire promotion. What is she doing? She stings up. Bia Mesquita has her hurt and then initiates grappling against one of the best BJJ practitioners in all of women's MMA. I don't know. I don't get it. But keep Bia rolling. I mean, that's another third. I think she had a second round finish, but that's a third finish in a row, second in the first round, I believe. Keep her rolling. She still has huge potential. Give her a shot up in the rankings. Yeah, her striking needs to improve, and maybe that'll be a problem in a fight where she's facing better competition, but give her the better competition. She looks great right now. So keep her rolling. She's exciting. She's a finisher. Like, that's what needs to be happening in women's MMA. That's what needs to be being pushed and promoted, and I think Bia Mesquita can bring that. So good stuff from her. The next fight on the card, we had Andre Lima and Kevin Borjas. How about this one? I had Andre Lima getting this one done via decision. Kevin Borjas steals one. Now, I will say, this is another one where I just wasn't very impressed with either guy and what they were doing. Andre Lima was like trying to push forward and create things, ended up just kind of getting outpointed. Kevin Borjas, he destroys the testicles of Kevin Borjas. Kevin Borjas milks it for as long as possible. I don't really think it was that bad, but I don't know. Sometimes they look a little bit, they look better than what they are. Lima KO decision doesn't hit. Lima over on significant strikes, I don't believe hits as well. I said in the breakdown, Kevin Borjas' length can give problems to anybody in the division. His defensive head movement is really good. My takeaways from the fight, it's a good win for Borjas on paper. Takes away the O from Andre Lima, but now Lima is apparently going to bantamweight. He tweeted that this morning. Don't know if that's like real or if the UFC is going to let him. Not overly interested in what's next for either of these guys. Andre Lima was never like a super entertaining undefeated fighter, had a lot of really close fights that kept him undefeated. So this is another one where I didn't really leave this fight feeling any type of way. But decent win for Kevin Borjas. He'll, extend his UFC life for as long as he possibly can with this win. And I think he can be a tricky guy for people. I mean, he had Emanol Rodriguez stung and hurt really bad. And Emanol Rodriguez, in my opinion, is a great prospect. So good win for Kevin Borjas. Andre Lima, I guess we'll see him bantamweight. The next fight. Now this was a banger. Vinicius Oliveira versus Andre Fili. I predicted a Vinicius Oliveira round 2 KO. That's exactly what happened. I kind of hit this one. I was pretty money with this prediction. Say what you will about the main events that's been going on lately. You put me with like one of my niche favorite fighters in an Apex or a fight night. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, you guys. Vinicius Oliveira looks great at featherweight. Body looks great. He felt like he was saying in the build-up to this fight, he felt like he could train, or he could fight how he trains. And he didn't feel drained. The strength was there. The cardio looked greatly improved. I mean, he was at the end of round 2 still looking great. And so Vinicius Oliveira moneyline hits. Philly over on significant strikes, I don't believe hits. And a Philly KO obviously doesn't hit. My takeaways from this fight: Oliveira looks great. Like I said in the breakdown, I expected this. And I wasn't really surprised, but I guess in a way I was just kind of impressed with just overall how everything looked. Philly had moments, but he's still Philly. Had the oblique kicks and the body kicks that had Vinicius hurt. That kind of had me tweaking for a little bit, but Oliveira is so entertaining and fun. Give him a ranked guy. I would not be mad if they shot him, if they just decided to give him a fight like way up in the rankings. Like, honestly, if they gave him like Yair Rodriguez, I would not be mad at all. Just because he's moving up a weight class doesn't mean he needs to go through and rebeat all these cans. Not that Andre Philly is a complete can, but give him somebody at the bottom of the rankings or right outside the rankings. I would love that for Vinicius. I think he can go really far in this division. So good win for him. This one was entertaining. Kind of picked me back up into the card and led us right into the next fight. Melsik Baghdasaryan versus Murtazali Magomedov. I picked Baghdasaryan to win this one via round 3 KO, and I don't really know why. I think I put too much stock into him having like decent moments against Gene Silva. I also think I drastically underestimated Murtazali Magomedov, but I picked Melsik to win this one by round 3 KO. Magomedov wins via bending him in half immediately. Grabs his head and then has a body lock on his bottom half and just kind of bent him in half. And Melsik tapped immediately. I've never seen, I don't even know what it officially went down as. Maybe a twister. But I have no idea. That was really unbelievable. Murtazali's grappling looked incredible. Didn't really see that on the regional scene at that, high of a level. Takeaways from the fight: Murtazali looks very legit. I mean, if he can go out there and maul people like that and have pretty sharp, decent striking, I would have liked to seen him against a more proven grappler. It feels like they kind of just gave him a kickboxer for him to take down and maul immediately, but I didn't think he had that in him. Does Melsik get cut? Probably, but I'd like to see him fight one more time, give him a striker, see what he can do. I do think he is somewhat entertaining and can be somewhat entertaining. So maybe keep him around. But quick one here. Really quick one. Kept the momentum of the card going too. Led us in the next fight, Haider Emil and Christian Rodriguez. Continuing to miss. This is not good. I picked Haider Emil to get this one done by round 2 KO. Ends up losing via round 1 KO. Christian Rodriguez gets it done. Fight not to go the distance at plus 105. Surprised that was plus money going into it. Check that. I know I broke it down here, and then I checked it again right before the fight, and I was still kind of like double surprised. I think I forgot that I put this bet here. But yeah, plus 105 to fight not to go the distance was a great bet. My takeaways from the fight: Haider Emil is probably ass, which sucks because I'm kind of a Haider Emil guy. I don't know why. I've only really ever seen him lose too. Like, my introduction to Haider Emil was him getting flatlined by Jose Miguel Delgado, who I am also a big fan of. Rodriguez Rodriguez gets it done dominantly. Does this one easily. I mean, there was never a moment where Haider Emil had. I mean, I guess he landed some decent shots, but please don't cut Haider Emil, please. I want to see him at least fight one more time. And if he loses again, he has, that's 4 straight losses. So yeah, you can get rid of him. But please don't cut him right now. Give him another shot. I said his jaw was from hell. Unfortunately, a head kick lands to the temple and kind of, yeah. Well, no, it was a stun and sub. I forget. Did I put TKO? That's not what happened. It was a submission. Christian Rodriguez submitted him badly. Haider Emil went out big time. So I think the graphic was wrong there. My bad. I was not remembering the fight. I was only remembering the head kick KO or head kick stun and not the sub part that followed that. But regardless, even though it didn't go my way, it was still an entertaining fight. And yeah, the next fight on the card was Ian Cutelaba versus Nevada Sterling, the co-main event. I picked Sterling to get this one done via decision. He ends up winning by round 2 TKO. And I'll be honest, this was a weird one. Navajo Sterling looked like he was in a pretty compromised position. Really, like the first 3 whole minutes of the fight looked like he was about to get guillotined. Ian Cutelaba looked hurt at moments, but I think he was playing possum maybe. My takeaways from the fight, Navajo Sterling's anti-grappling actually really impressed me. That is the one thing that I took away, kind of not really wanting to doubt him on moving forward. It's just the fight IQ of Navajo that I really would like to see improve. Dude, you're a 6'4" kickboxer. You're lengthy. When you can separate from grappling exchanges, separate. You had so many moments in that fight where you could have just laid it on him, and he didn't. Fraud check these nuts. I like that line at the end. That was pretty cool. Because, yeah, I won't lie, I was a little bit worried that he was going to get fraud checked. But he didn't. Ian Cutelaba quits pretty much immediately. The second he got put in a bad position, quits, curls up, gets wailed on by Navajo Sterling. Good win for him. Stays undefeated. Calls out like Navajo Sterling's got pretty strong call-out game because he's calling out guys that are like perfect for him. Called out Ian Cutelaba, and the UFC's like, yeah, sure, why not? That makes plenty of sense. Then he wins here and he calls out like Alonzo Menifield and other. I mean, the UFC's probably gonna be like, yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like if you're an undefeated guy and you just get a second finish win in a row, you're gonna be on the mic calling out like, Yuri or whoever. No, he calls out somebody at the bottom of the rankings. Why not? I say let him do it, and I honestly would favor him to beat pretty much everybody that he called out at the end of the fight too. So good win from Navajo Sterling. I do think he's one of the better prospects in the UFC. Yeah, the fight IQ kind of scares me, but he'll improve. He'll get better. The sprawling and anti-grappling looked great, so good win from Navajo Sterling for sure. The main event, Kyoji Horiguchi versus Manel Kape. I picked Horiguchi to get this one done via decision. Ends up losing via round 3 KO, and I probably should have known this. I did have Kape KO in there at plus 200. I feel like it was a pretty easy, like, Horiguchi money line at plus money or Kape KO at plus money. I didn't think there was any way where Manel Kape outclasses Horiguchi over the course of 5 rounds. He's so dangerous. My takeaways from the fight, Manel Kape is a problem. Like, the clip, the Vince Vaughn clip, you're a problem. You're a real problem. That's how I feel about Manel Kape right now. This dude is nutty. The power that he possesses at 125 is just crazy. I still think Horiguchi is a top 5 flyweight. I saw somebody on Twitter say, like, run him and Moreno. He destroys Moreno. Like, unless you can dominantly grapple, good luck facing Manel Kape. I think unless it's Pantoja that reclaims the belt and then he has to go fight Pantoja, I think Pantoja would win again. But Joshua Van, you better be on your P's and Q's, bro, because this dude he's flipping lights out at flyweight, unlike something we've really ever seen. I mean, nuts. The power is nuts. It's just nuts. He's going to have a puncher's chance against anybody. So good win from Manel Kape for sure. Kyoji Horiguchi, unfortunate. Was it a late stoppage or was it an early stoppage? I don't think so. I would have liked to maybe see it go like another 3 seconds because Kyoji Horiguchi was kind of building himself back up after that uppercut landed and really put him out. But, oh well. I could kind of see it coming. Kyoji Horiguchi was feeling good, was really comfortable, then got his lights turned off. Unfortunate for him, but he'll bounce back in a big way. Manel Kape probably getting a title shot next after the winner of Pantoja and Joshua Van. To recap the best bets, parlay leg-wise, the Gooch was the only one that kind of screwed up. High value straights, Kape KO and Bia Mesquita in round 1. Everything else, I said there was a lot of value on this card, and I feel like even if you're hitting, what is that, 2 out of, if you guys place 8, 2 out of 8, so a fourth of high value straights, it's not bad. I mean, especially if you were to parlay some stuff in there, I don't know. But parlay leg wise, yeah, probably should have left Horiguchi out at plus money. I think there was other bets that would have been replaceable for parlay legs that would have made a 4-leg parlay a lot more beneficial. But I end up losing on my parlays because of Kyoji Horiguchi. But I'll fall on my sword. I thought he could get it done. He couldn't. To recap all of the picks that I've made this year, 127 and 61. overall. So it's getting worse. This is not good. Fight Night main events moves to 73 and 42. And main events, I'm 8 and 7. So I think I'm going to pick Fiziev. I think he better lock in, because if we move to 500 on main events, we might have to delete the channel. But that's all I've got. Pretty good card overall. If you guys watched, let me know your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try and get up a video about the heavyweight division. I'm going to do another NFL players to UFC fighters part 2, because I got 10 more of those, and I had fun making that video. And then I'm going to upload a breakdown for the card in Azerbaijan, Baku, UFC Baku. I'm going to break down UFC Baku, and then we got 2 more weeks, guys, and then we have the return of the Mac. So we should be juiced right now. I'm like already getting pretty juiced. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you. See ya.